Hey, everyone, and welcome back to the ConsumeAbook podcast, where we like to say we really get our hands dirty with a new book.
You're getting the nitty-gritty.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm Jacob.
And I'm April. And today we are diving headfirst into a world of futuristic crime and sizzling secrets with Success, Opulence, and Power, Volume 1 by Hebru Young.
Oof, just that title alone, right?
Woo! Gives me chills already.
Right? This one's a wild ride, folks. Volume 1 of a two-parter, blending a classic crime thriller feel with a dash of sci-fi that'll make you question how far we are from this reality.
It's like the Godfather with a little black mirror on the side. Like someone mashed it up.
Okay, so let's unpack the synopsis here, because it really sets the stage for one heck of a story. Imagine a world where technology rules every aspect of life, even the courtroom. We're talking holograms, advanced surveillance, you name it. And at the center of it all is Eddie Dominguez, facing some very serious charges.
Ooh.
But here's the catch. The story jumps back to the late 1990s to the streets of Puerto Plata in the Dominican Republic. And that's what got me. Why the flashback? Well, it's all about understanding the origins of some of these key players like Eddie. You've got to know the past, understand the present, especially when you're dealing with a criminal underworld shaped by both cutting-edge tech and age-old grudges.
Right. And you know, a book's got to be good when even the critics are raving. BBC Radio called Success, Opulence, and Power deliciously unpredictable, and best-selling author Owen Mullen himself praised Young's knack for creating effortlessly woven, intriguing characters and a compelling storyline.
Wow, those are some serious endorsements. It makes you want to clear your schedule and dive right in.
Yeah, so let's do just that. Let's jump into Chapter 1, where we meet Eddie Dominguez at his trial. It's October 1st, 2041, at the nation's high court. But get this, listeners, Eddie isn't even physically present in the courtroom. He's patched in virtually through some seriously advanced hologram technology called the Vexa True DI.
Yeah.
Talk about a futurist in courtroom drama. Wow, that's wild. It's fascinating how the author uses the Vexa True DI to highlight this technologically advanced but potentially invasive world, you know? It really makes you think, how much privacy are we willing to sacrifice for convenience or security?
Yeah.
Which is, I think, a question a lot of people are asking today.
Yeah, definitely. And as if being on trial in a hologram wasn't enough, Eddie actually prefers legacy tech, the old school stuff that's harder to trace. It's almost like he's staging his own little rebellion against this all-seeing system.
Right. It's a statement. And that little detail, you know, it speaks volumes about his character. You know, he's not just your average criminal mastermind. He's got layers.
Right.
This guy's got secrets.
Yeah.
So now let me introduce you to the judge presiding over Eddie's case. Judge Davidson. He's ambitious, rumored to be corrupt, and seems to have a personal vendetta against Eddie.
Oh, this is where it gets juicy.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like Davidson is as much of a force to be reckoned with as Eddie is.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that he has political aspirations.
Adds another layer to the story entirely. Makes you question, you know, his motives at every turn. Is he really after justice? Or is Eddie's case just another stepping stone in his climb to power?
Right. What's the angle?
Exactly.
And as if things couldn't get any more complicated. Chapter 2 whisks us away to 1995 Puerto Plata in the Dominican Republic. We meet Guillermo, a hardworking restaurant owner who dreams of a life, beyond the daily grind. He finds himself caught up with a corrupt Port Authority officer, reminding us that some things never change even across decades and technological advancements.
It really is amazing how the author draws these parallels between the corruption in 1990s Puerto Plata and the seemingly more advanced but potentially just as flawed systems of the 2040s. You know, it suggests that the more things change, the more they stay the same.
Right.
But in this case, the stakes are even higher with advancements in technology.
Exactly. And just when you think you're starting to understand the rules of the game, boom, we get this curveball. Guillermo learns about a ship illegally transporting people to Miami. And I was like, how does this tie into Eddie's story in 2041?
Yeah, it's such a brilliant hook. Is this a coincidence, or is Young subtly weaving together these threads of destiny across these two timelines? Makes you wonder.
It makes you question everything.
Yeah.
Speaking of questioning everything, let's talk about Eddie's legal situation back in 2041. To put it lightly, things are not looking good for this guy. He's facing a mountain of charges. And with the advanced surveillance and this Vexa True DI technology, it's like the whole system is rigged against him.
Yeah, it's like the author's putting him in the most impossible situation, which, let's be honest, makes you root for him even more, you know? Yeah. It's classic crime fiction, but with a futuristic edge.
Right.
That keeps you guessing.
And we can't forget about Judge Davidson's ambition. I mean, it feels like Eddie's trial is just a stepping stone for the judge's own climb to power. Makes you wonder who's really on trial here.
Oh, absolutely. And the author does such a good job of subtly hinting at Davidson's ruthlessness and, willingness to exploit anyone,
Yeah.
even Eddie, to get ahead. It's a dog-eat-dog world in this future, and no one can be trusted.
It's like everyone's playing chess.
Yeah.
And Eddie and the judge are playing to win, but with completely different objectives.
Right.
And the jury is stuck in the middle.
Totally. And don't forget, they're being watched the whole time.
Oh, yeah. They've
By
out.
these
Yeah.
high-tech enforcers.
Right. So talk about pressure.
The pressure is on to deliver that guilty verdict.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so let's jump back to Guillermo in 1995. What did you make of his decision to entertain the port officer's shady stories, knowing how corrupt things are?
Yeah, it's risky.
Risky move.
It is, but it's a perfect illustration of the moral dilemmas that Young puts into the story. You can tell how badly Guillermo wants to create a better life for himself and his family. He's caught in a system that feels rigged, and this offer might be his only shot. So does he compromise his morals for a chance at something more?
It's the classic tale of ambition versus morals.
Exactly.
Guillermo knows what's right, but he also sees an opportunity to escape the poverty that surrounds him.
Yeah.
And honestly, we've all been there.
Oh.
Tempted by something that seems too good to be true.
I think that's what makes this book so fascinating. It's not just about technology and crime. It's about real people.
We're up.
It's about the choices that we make when our backs are against the wall.
Yeah, for sure. And let's not forget about that ticking time bomb, the ship illegally transporting people to Miami.
Yeah.
How does this seemingly small detail connect to the larger story? I have a feeling we haven't seen the last of that.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah.
It's what makes the book so captivating. Just when you think you're figuring things out, Hebru Young throws another curveball and leaves you wanting more.
Right. It's like, what's going to happen next? He's constantly challenging us to question everything and everyone's motivations. And you know what? There are no easy answers in this world.
No.
And honestly, that's what makes this book so compelling.
Yeah.
We've got ambition, corruption, a little dash of sci-fi, and some seriously high stakes. What's not to love?
It's a web. It's a web of intrigue, that's for sure. And I feel like this is just the tip of the iceberg,
Oh, absolutely. This is Hebru Young setting the stage for something much bigger.
Right.
A story about ambition, corruption, and the price of success, those big themes.
Yeah. And the way he brings those two stories together.
Right.
Eddie in the future and then Guillermo in the past.
It's masterful how he does it.
It really is. It makes you think, how are these two stories going to connect? What's the thread? What's the through line? I have no idea.
So many theories.
I have so many theories. I can't wait to see how it turns out. Yeah. But I think it's probably time to wrap things up for today.
Sadly, we've got to.
This book was a wild ride.
It really was. It left me with more questions than answers. But isn't that the sign of a good thriller?
It keeps you on the edge of your seat.
Keeps you guessing.
Yeah.
Makes you want to pick up the next one. Exactly. So if you are looking for a gripping read that will keep you on the edge of your seat, then check out Success, Opulence, and Power, Volume 1 by Hebru Young. You can find a link to the book down in the description of this video on Amazon.
Be sure to check it out. And tell us what you think.
Yes.
Leave us a comment.
Let us know your theories down below.
Yeah, what are your predictions for Volume 2?
Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video with a fellow reader.
Yes. Spread the book love.
And until next time, happy reading, everyone.